And that is, did you know that California is the 4th leading wine producer in the world, and Temecula Valley is leading the way for Riverside County when it comes to wine production?
But changes, of course, in the environment can impact wine right down to the color, the taste, even the smell. Our meteorologist, Melissa McGee, has more on what's going on.
Yeah, Chuck and Colleen, we know wine is big business for California, and recently Temecula was named one of the top 10 travel destinations for wine by Wine Enthusiast magazine. But drier than normal seasons has caused winemakers to get a bit more creative when it comes to making that perfect glass of vino. It's a delicate dance of weather and science.
We see about 3 million visitors to the region a year.
It's quickly becoming a destination location for tourists looking for a quick getaway. Temecula is on the map as a popular spot for travel.
So in 2019, Temecula Valley tourism saw an economic impact of over $1 billion, which is huge.
The main reason visitors are driving less than 2 hours from Southern California to this valley?
Wine industry in general is doing well. The wine industry in Southern California is doing really well.
He's a professor of viticulture and the vineyard manager of Wilson Creek Winery. Greg Pennyroyal says this 21-year-old winery is one of more than 40 sprinkled throughout the soil of Temecula Valley.
Nothing has a problem ripening in Temecula. It's a good grape climate. The challenge is winemaking in a warmer climate.
And that climate, farmers say, is changing.
Last year, we had, towards the end of the season, we had over 12 days where it got above 112 degrees every single day. I had about a 30 to 40% loss of fruit from that.
And he's not alone. 3 years ago, nearby Leoness Cellars lost 60% of its white wine crop, and the red grapes suffered too.
But when you have that kind of heat, it's something we're not used to, nor do we desire. And it shrivels the grapes.
And it shrinks production, but that's not the norm. Unusual periods of excessive heat along with Southern California's severe to extreme drought isn't helping. Temecula is in the severe drought area. Normal rainfall near Temecula is 11.75 inches. Last year, the valley town saw less than 8. Water is vital for converting the grapes on the vine into wine.
We need more of the liquid from the sky that actually leaches our soils, pushes down the salts in the soils, helps productions, helps virility.
From dry winters to unseasonably warm temperatures well ahead of schedule, there's no question that we're starting to see changes in the environment. And experts on the vineyard say the change in the climate is affecting the flavor of the wine.
The whites are going to tend towards being less sort of acidic and austere. And they're going to become more aromatic. The red wines are going to tend to become a little bit more alcohol because there's more tannins, there's more sugar.
Wines, Pennyroyal says, will become richer and more complex with bolder flavors, which is why more varietals, blends, even sparkling wines are starting to pop up on the market. They hold up well in what is, at least for now, becoming a warmer than normal climate.
But we need cool nights, so it needs to cool off. Humidity is the enemy of grapes.
A Mediterranean climate rules here, but occasional bouts of prolonged heat and a decrease in annual rainfall has caused winemakers to get a bit more creative and adapt right along with the environment so that the consistency of the wine in your glass remains the same, one sip at a time.
The other thing is winemaking is just a heck of a lot more fun.
Big question is what's being done on the vineyard to combat the unseasonably warm winters and lack of decent rainfall. Coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we'll take a closer look at what winemakers are doing to get ahead of the environmental changes, one sip at a time. I'll send it back over your way.